Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Mohamad Danish bin Zaharuddin, and my group member is Engku, Mohamad, Zailan bin Engku, Ariffin, and Khalidatunnur, Farhanah binti Abdul, Kadir. In this slide, we would like to present our entrepreneur profile, which is our company is Zamberan and Associates, and the name of entrepreneur is Zamberan bin Ismail.
We go to the introduction first. What is the entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is an individual who creates a new business, bearing most of the risk and enjoying most of the reward. The process of setting up a business is known as entrepreneurship. The entrepreneur is commonly seen as an innovator, a source of new ideas, goods, service, and business or procedure. The entrepreneur we chose in our task was Mr. Zamberan, the owner of the Zamberan and Associate. We choose Mr. Zamberan as our entrepreneur profile because we are interested, which he was one of the successful entrepreneurs to open a Zamberan and Associate is well known and already has 2 branches in Pahang. The HQ at Temerloh and her branch at Muazzam Shah Pahang. This place started operating since 1991, which has reached 31 years in this field. We are confident Mr. Zamberan can share his experience as he has been in the service industry for too long. Next, let's talk about the entrepreneur background. Based on the interview we have conducted, the name of the entrepreneur is Encik Zamberan bin Ismail, also known as Encik Zam. He was born on 23 November 1972 in Jengke, Pahang. Mr. Zamberan is 15 years old. He said he was from Temerloh and lived at Felda Jengke 21 due to family factor. According to Mr. Zam, he moved to Jengke because both of his parents worked at oil palm plantation in Jengke, while Mr. Zam's age at that time was 10 years old. The number of siblings he has is 5, and he is the second child. Next, he talked about his educational background in a recent interview session. For primary school, he attends Sekolah Kebangsaan Jengke 1 from Standard 1 to the end of school, which is Standard 6. For secondary school, he attends Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Jengke 21 from Form 1 to Form 5. After getting his SPM result, Mr. Zam was offered a field of business studies at UiTM. However, Mr. Zam is more interested in continuing his studies in the field of accountants, which he is interested in but does not have a livelihood. After Mr. Zam finished his diploma, he participated in a cost taxation system that organized by the government for 6 months. In relation to the company, Mr. Zamberan started opening his company in 1990. The firm was established, and according to Mr. Zamberan, he had a partnership with someone to open this company. After that, his partner withdrew for some reason. In 1991, Mr. Zam changed the name of the company to Zamberan and Associate, and he moved solo with his own savings. In 2000, Mr. Zam had obtained a license to audit cooperatives, and from there he started to do a cooperative counting business, but it was limited to 60 cooperative only.
For company background, the name of the company is Zamberan and Associates. The name of this company is named after the owner of the company, and the founder of this company is Mr. Zamberan. The business entity of this business is a sole proprietorship. Zamberan and Associates is a company that offer audit service to companies that need them. Zamberan and Associates organization was founded in 1991 with the goal of providing tech-focused audit service. This company has been given authority to provide audit service to cooperative enterprise by 2020 with a limit of 60 cooperative companies. It happened when he and his company were able to earn prominence as a result of the course they took. Mr. Zamberan started a firm using his own money and a tech course certificate he earned while attending a government-sponsored tech course. He selected to launch his business in an area where the Chinese had a monopoly. He chose the location primarily to create competition and to provide opportunities for Malay to flourish in service-based business. Mr. Zamberan and his team attend audit courses on a regular basis in order to improve the quality of eligibility for auditing. Mr. Zamberan also possesses a quality that any entrepreneur should possess. He is a person who is open to constructive criticism and development from his personnel. He also incorporated in opinions of responsible bodies closely associated with the field of auditing, such as the IRB, as a way to improve his company audit quality. At the moment, he is responsible for the employment of a total of 13 people, 7 of whom are employed in the human resource division and the remaining employees are employed in the auditing department. The vast majority of them hold degrees in economy, accounting or another field closely related to business. They continue to work despite the fact that their wages are lower than the minimum rate because there is a current labour shortage and the global crisis that is being caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. He is acutely conscious of the lack of expertise posed by his staff. Therefore, he enrolled them in management, auditing and other relevant classes and sent them off. The objective is to improve the overall quality of their work. In addition to this, he requests that the senior staff continuously monitor and provide direction to the new employers so that the overall quality of the work that the team produce could be improved.
After that, we talk about the entrepreneur before starting the venture. Before Mr. Zamberan started the business, he gained working experience at oil palm plantation while helping his parents, and the plantation is located in Jengke, Pahang. Mr. Zamberan worked as a farm assistant. His salary was Rm 450 per month at that time. Instead of spending the money he earned, he made it a habit to put some of it away in a saving account for later use. Mr. Zamberan's role model is the owner of Afiat Oil Product. According to him, the founder of Afiat Oil motivated the participant of an taxation course that was organized by the government. His parents also made role model. He made his parents a role model for him to look more confident to develop the firm.
Next, for the entrepreneur before starting the venture, entrepreneur activities. Mr. Zamberan is the type of person who has a growth mentality, which is essential to the success of running a company. The mindset referred to here is called the growth mindset. The theory behind the growth mindset describes it as a way of thinking that does not consider a failure to be an actual setback. However, this is the first step toward achieving your goals. It is clear that Mr. Zamberan did not give up trying to achieve his goal despite the fact that he was unable to advance his education in a field that will have qualified him to work as an auditor. This is shown by the fact that he did not give up trying. After receiving his diploma from UiTM, he began searching for opportunities that will allow him to realize his goal and become successful. And finally, in the year 1990, he established a partnership business. 1 year later, he parted ways with the partnership business and established his own private business, which he named Zamberan and Associates. The second concern is one that pertains to the expression of one's knowledge. During the course of an interview with Mr. Zamberan, he stated that the sole reason he started his own company was to continue his education and acquire as much practical experience as possible. He has conscious of the shortcoming he posed. Therefore, it is this determination that keep him moving forward, and it is something that anyone who want to be an entrepreneur ought to possess. Thirdly, he demonstrate an admirable quality by demonstrating open to accept any and all criticism, irrespective of those in position of authority such as the IRB or its employers. Because of the outcome of this criticism and rebuke, this is sufficient enough to apply, which will allow us to improve in the future. Next, intention of being an entrepreneur. At what age? Mr. Zamberan interest in starting his own business, particularly one that is centered on providing a service, date back to when he was just 15 years old. He did not let go of the ambition to launch his own auditing company. He had the intention of establishing it in a region that was thought to be dominated by the Chinese. Therefore, at that time, Mr. Zamberan started to make the decision to establish his audit firm in Temerloh, Pahang, with the intention of demonstrating that Malay are just as great in quality business, particularly in fields that were monopolized by the Chinese. He did this in order to prove that the Malay are capable of competing on an equal level with the Chinese. Next, parent background. Mr. Zamberan asserts that both of his parents exhibit an exceptionally high level of responsibility. As a result of this, he came to the conclusion that his parents could provide an adequate education as well as clothing for his children, even if the only source of money they had was from working on the farm. Even if their financial resources were restricted, all that was required of them was a feeling of responsibility, and they will have been able to achieve their goals. Mr. Zamberan realized from his experience that it is essential to keep a responsible attitude, even it is regarded as being simple to do so. He used this knowledge to advance his life forward. According to Mr. Zamberan, his parents also made role model. He made his parents as a role model for him to look more confident to develop the firm.
Primary motivation to start up. When starting their own businesses, entrepreneurs are not motivated by what you may think. The main reason most people want to become their own boss is the freedom, satisfaction, and flexibility it offers them. The source of any goals as you set up your business. Goals are important because they will affect just about everything you do as you plan, start, and operate your business. Goals are not just the destination you are driving toward. They are also the paint white lines that keep you on the road. Resources that are available before start up. The resource you need to start a business can be broken into 5 broad categories. First is financial, second human, third educational, fourth emotional, and fifth physical resources. And in networking, the action or process of interaction with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts. Controlling at early stage of business, serious or not. At its core, running any business is a task in risk management. The risks arise from uncertainty about various aspects of the business. What will the customer prefers in the future be? Will the firm's technology succeed? How will the overall economy perform? What will the firm's competitors do in the future, etc. Risk orientation at early startup. It has never been more thrilling to start a business. Opportunity, creativity, and promise abound in the startup sector. However, it also comes with a lot of high-stakes hazards. Business plan. A business plan is necessary for a company's startup growth and overall success. These plans give a company a clear vision for the future as well as strategy for expanding. Prepared or not to start up. It might be stressful to start a business. It frequently feels like there are 1,000 things to work on at once. This fact cannot be avoided for new small business owners, but with some forethought, it is feasible to control expectations and conduct actions with a sense of purpose toward growing the company. In conclusion, the key success of his businesses is take a criticism from his customers and competitors' motivation and learn it to improve his services. Strength of his business communication is one of the soft skills that accountants may not consider to be very significant. Thank you.